What is going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm out here in Makati by the Greenbelt area. I'm in a nice developed area. You know, now Makati is pretty much known for the fancy malls, high-rise buildings, luxury areas, but there's another side to it. Makati also has a lot of barangays, a lot of local neighborhoods, and today I'm gonna focus in those areas. I'm gonna hit probably Barangay San Antonio. I'm probably gonna walk around some of the regular neighborhoods, which I've covered before, but I wanna see how it is. And it's rainy season, so I bought an umbrella. Some areas it could be pretty bad because it's windy, but I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make this video. So without further ado, join me. Here is still part of Greenbelt. I don't think I walk around this area, but it's multiple buildings that connect together. Then they got like a high-rise building ahead. But I think if I walk straight towards that way, it would take me to Paseo de Rojas. I'm not sure which avenue is over here, but let's see what's over here. I think it's over that way. Then I'll make a right and start digging into the regular neighborhoods. So here I'm approaching Paseo de Rojas. And this is still some of the nicer residential areas over here. But once I pass some of these roads, then it's gonna start changing the vibes. I gotta figure how do I cross to the other side. So this is gonna be a challenging video because it's not just a regular rain, it's like windy in some parts. Let me try this again. Like when I try to open up the umbrella, it blew up upside down, but at the same time, this new camera is not water resistant. It's pretty sensitive, but hey, I'm gonna make it work, you know. I'm gonna make it my best to make this video. And I figure the next road is where I make a left, and I'm gonna be passing Legazpi Park. Keep going straight, and it'll take me into a different side of the neighborhood that I wanna explore, like the Barangay area. And this over here goes straight into Ayala Triangle Park, and it goes all the way towards the other side, and it borders with Makati Avenue. So a lot of ways to shortcut over here. We got like an empty lot. Not sure they're gonna build high-rise buildings and some of the skyscrapers of Makati, but then over here is where I'm gonna make my left. Still like the nice residential area that people know Makati for. We're trying to show you like the contrast, you know, but the other side of the neighborhood, I like it. It's beautiful, like the people and everything, and that's where you really get like that real Filipino neighborhood feel. So we're gonna be in for a treat, even though, you know, it's raining, kind of windy, because it's kind of like typhoon season. A couple of typhoons they pass around, but I'm gonna try to make the most off of this video. And the good thing about these neighborhoods in Makati, they got plenty of trees around, so it protects you from the heat or the rain. You know, these are like the two extremes weather that you get here in the Philippines. The good thing about this rain is not brutally hot. It's slightly a little bit humid, but not too extreme. But it's manageable. I can make it happen. So this is another local park. Makati has like 4 or 5 local parks. Legazpi right here, and the other one is Washington Square. A lot of people they know Ayala Triangle, but they got multiple parks around here. Also, we got the Jaime C. Velasquez Park, which is where they do the Salcedo Market, and it's a nice local park on the other side. You see the sidewalk, and this is Legazpi Park here. It's not really that big, but it's beautiful. It has a lot of trees. It has like a little big artificial lake in the inside, which is actually pretty beautiful. So I'm gonna walk all the way towards the other side. So you can see how the vibes change. I just gotta study my map a little bit to see where am I, and then where those buildings are, that's the area that I want to explore today. I'm not sure if you guys can see how the wind sometimes blows my umbrella. I think I gotta do like 2 blocks ahead of me, but I'll cross to any side of the road that the light changes. Maybe here and then my right. So it's gonna change over here, so I got 15 seconds. I'm a fast walker, so maybe I'll cross over here on the other side. As fast as I can, then we crossing the other line, the other face of Makati. It seems like when I reach some of the esquinitas where the high-rise building is, that's where the wind hits, man. See, like some places is not bad, but other places is bad. And sometimes I'm like, I might as well just get wet instead of having my umbrella with the wind blowing it upside down. And then ahead of me, we got a street called Amor Solo. So this is kind of like a division. It's part of Makati. I just got to figure how do I cross to the other side to make it into the local barangays and to show you some of the regular neighborhoods that we have outside the luxury part of Makati, so you guys see what's going on. So this is it over here. Let me see, is there a signal light? Oh yeah, I think there's one ahead of me, so that's good to know. Then you're gonna expect to see a lot of traffic here, because if you go like towards that way, that's where they got the Skyway, and a lot of people they exit or enter to make it into this neighborhood, and they connect to other of the 16 cities in Metro Manila. So That's why it's pretty active here no matter what day of the week you go. You can see how nice the sidewalk is over here. Oh, I see a Pakistani flag. Maybe this is the Pakistani embassy. Not sure, but like I mentioned in my previous video, Makati is literally filled up with a lot of embassies from different countries around. So it's not just like the financial district and banks. They got embassies, like if you need to travel, if you're based in another country, you come out here and you do the paperwork or whatever that needs to be done. So I think the name of the street I got a detour is called VA Rufino Street. So it's gotta be that way. I just gotta figure there's a pedestrian lane that I can cross. Damn, man, this damn wind is not for the weak. But let's make it happen. I think this is where I need to cross, but let me see something. Okay, so I gotta make it towards the other side, and then that's where I make my left. And I walk towards this other side of Makati. But you see, a lot of traffic over here. More cars than pedestrian people. All of these right here. You got a China bank here across the street. I like the architecture of the buildings over here. Then you got a high-rise condo right here that looks pretty nice. I cross the street and now I'm entering another side of Makati. Here's where you see how the neighborhood changes. Street vendors on the other side, jeepneys, which is like the heart of the Philippines. The trucks that are used for World War, and they still work out here, you know. We still got some high-rise buildings and condos, but we're gonna walk straight and you can see the difference of the road. And there's like a circle also ahead of me. So a big neighborhood, even though in the map it looks like everything is nearby. And then you got a motorbike right here. So I'm literally sharing with the motorbikes and the cars. And every time I go to the corner of a road, the wind can be a little bit intense. And now I'm entering another road, trying to be careful with my camera, man, the rain, but I think that's why I might need to invest in a DJI Osmo Pocket. That way when it, Pocket action, you know, that way when it rains, I'll just use the action. And then when it's not raining, I'll use the one I'm using now, you know. But here's where you're gonna see like real community. And then here you get, forgive me if the quality is not good in terms of the umbrella, you know. I don't want to get wet, but this is what some of the regular street looks like. They got street vendors. And this is Makati, you know. Like I said, a lot of people, they focus on Greenbelt, Glorieta, the skyscrapers and everything, but this is also Makati. And you see just a local neighborhood happening all over here. We got supermarkets. If I go straight forward, there's gonna be like a street market. That's gonna be pretty interesting for me to check out. Then you got the Kuyas working hard over here. And then this is the area that I want to show you guys, but because it's raining, you don't really see much people. But here you got the market, everything that you need. They got, you know, fish, meat, vegetables, anything that you can find. This is literally happening not too far from Greenbelt. This is where the locals come and they get their products. And then on the other side, you got some fresh fruits. So yeah. Rain, sunshine, they are out here working hard. Oh, I got some bananas here on the other side. And here I see fresh fish, nice. Yes, I like this area, very cool, like in the random street with the buildings. Somebody did tell me the name of this area, I can't really pronounce it, starts with a B. Like B-O-U something, and it ends up with Ville or Vela. So I guess this is how the locals call this area over here. But pretty cool, you know. The random streets and alleys of Metro Manila are just full of surprises. Just making it in this random street, you know, I'm just picking which way should I go. I'm gonna go here where I see anything interesting. Here you see, they got vegetables and everything. And then they put this over here that blocks up the street. They even got like a barber shop right here. Cool. I like the area. Then maybe in the nighttime or when the weather is actually a little bit more stable, maybe it gets actually beautiful. But the streets are pretty well organized. And we're gonna go over this way to see where this takes me to. Man, I thought it was gonna rain only for 2 hours, but the rain is not stopping, but that's okay. Rain, sunshine, we are outside here grinding. The Philippines keeps going no matter how the weather is. And look at the house, how nice it is. Made out of concrete, pretty interesting architecture, just like back home. And I'm gonna cross the street out here. I wanna go that way, but that's where I went the last time that I explored this random area. I think if I keep going straight, it takes me into San Antonio. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? See, friendly people. Then there's a bridge on the other side, and I think that's Barangay San Antonio, if I'm correct. So yeah. And over here it gets a little bit more quiet. Just a little bit challenged to vlog in this rain over here. Yo, shout out to your friends. Bien, bien. Oh, can I get close? Okay. Oh, you know what? Sorry. I'm sorry, man. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, yeah, pero I live in BGC.
Where in the Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico, no, near Cuba, Jamaica. Spanish, yeah, but.
Kamusta naman dito? How is it here?
Wonderful. Like you guys, wonderful people, good food.
Wonderful, the chicks,
yeah, the chicks. My wife is Filipina. Yeah, the people, you, the kuyas, everybody. Basketball.
It's good for you to be a...
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for saying hi. Not sure if I captured him, but that kuya was crazy. But good people, and this is what makes the Philippines fun, like the characters that you be meeting out here, man. And that's why you got to get outside the developed areas into barangays like this. They don't bother you. They're just very funny, you know, but you got a little bit of stream, so I had to turn the camera off or not get that, but pretty fun people. We sell their food, carinderia. Okay, I'm not hungry, but if anything, I'll come and eat later. Yeah, later, see you. Yeah. And then here you got the jeepneys and everything. So the carinderia, see the people how they are, very opposed. Oh, there you got a kitty cat. Hey cat, what's up? Wow, this rain is getting, seems like I'm getting a typhoon. Uh-oh. Oh, it got a little bit bad that, I had to shelter under a 7-Eleven. It's still gonna rain, but then I'm seeing that towards my right, it's getting a little bit clear. So I feel like the umbrella just makes it worse when it's windy though. And look, they even got like a laundromat over here. And people that sell products. The only thing over here is not too walkable like in Makati Avenue, Ayala, or Paseo de Rojas. But it's showing you the other side, A lot of people, they don't like focusing in the other side of Makati, but you see how friendly the locals are. I think where the light is where I gotta make my left. Sometimes I feel like it's even safer to walk in the street than the actual sidewalk. This area here reminds me a bit of Tomas Morato area in Quezon City, like the same concept. Over there, they got like bike lanes and the sidewalks with the red color. So that's another area that I think a lot of people, they should explore. And here we're going where the buildings are, but we're gonna make a left. I'll probably cross the street first and then walk straight. You say Chino Roses? Not sure if I'm saying it correct, but it's a main avenue here in Makati. And then here the area looks pretty nice, business and everything. But I think they could develop the sidewalk instead of having parking lots, like make it walkable with bike lanes and have the yellow line that's for people who are blind and they walk with a stick. Like I said, the first time I came to the Philippines, I stayed around this area, the hotel, Makati, but a little bit outside, But it was great, it was a great introduction, to the Philippines, which I love a lot. I did walk here a few weeks ago when it was very hot, but I didn't notice the street that I was walking. Maybe I was walking like on the other side. Then if I show you the other side, you're gonna see like the skyscrapers of Makati. What a lot of people, they know this district for. We're here, Buendia Avenue, heavy traffic jam because it's gonna take you right into the Skyway and a new high-rise building that's being built up. But I'm gonna walk towards that way straight because I don't think I've ever been in that side of the road. I was out here waiting. I gotta be careful because some of the roads, some of the cars are gonna splash the water in me. But see, it reminds me of the previous video that I made, 2 videos before, like the struggles of being a blogger, the weather. You're making content out here in the weather, but if this is what you love doing, then go for it. You see the traffic, and I was walking over that way. I might do a video in Spanish version later for my Facebook page. And over here, I think it's gonna get chill, but you see some of the condos going on right here. All the motorbikes lying up right there. It's a little bit humid. I'm feeling a little bit sticky. And there goes the Icon Jeepney. There was literally almost a crash with the motorbikes and the cars because the light changed. And some of the cars, they kept going, so it was crazy, but they still managed, to make it out. To pick up coffee in some of the condo units and the main residence in Ayala Avenue. Okay, now I can cross. The light isn't my favorite. I just gotta be careful. I just wanna see where this side over here takes me to. And it keeps going over here. I think this will merge into Ayala. And then towards this side, you see some of the buildings. So we're getting into the developed area, but you have to cross towards the other side to enter another barangay. They have a barangay called Olympia. I don't know if I'm gonna make it till they get the weather hasn't really collaborate with me, but I don't live far, so I can always come back maybe tomorrow and do another video. I wanna walk where the city hall is, like Olympia area, and there's another mall called Ayala Circuit. I haven't been there yet, but I heard the area's pretty much developed. And here it keeps going, and one thing is I'm smelling a strong aroma of coffee. Oh wow, look at all the kitties over here. Seems like they're sheltering from the rain, and they look like in defensive mode. See, all of them are looking at me, but I'll get them space. I don't want them to be scared. And they seem like they're kids, not like just born kittens, but in the process to grow up, because they're not really big in size. But like I say, here in the Philippines, they really take care of the cats. They feed them and everything. And since I came to the Philippines, I started to respect more the cats. And I've said it in my videos, but if you don't know, I actually have a cat in my house. Siamese cat named Bebo, and that's like our heart right there. Here we got another 7-Eleven. Yeah, I'm getting used to this camera still, like the way how it flips, it changed pretty fast. Oh, we got a coffee shop called the Coffee Tree. I might as well just merge in this street and see where this takes me to. Now I'm in this local street here, which is probably like 2 or 3 blocks from Ayala Avenue, but you can see the difference. I'm trying to be careful because some of the roads are slippery, but good thing I'm wearing some shoes that are running, and they built with rubber underneath, so that literally avoids you from sliding. Comparing to the Jordan Nikes, those are pretty slippery. Gotta be careful with some of the pavements of the roads out here. So pretty interesting day, like rain, block, but that's the beauty about Philippines. Like no matter what, sometimes you do spontaneous things and you still have a good time out here. It might be better if I cross towards my left, probably safer. And here you see what I'm talking about, see? One of our mayor residences of Makati. A lot of foreigners that live in this building out here. And I think my socks are either wet or sweaty, so now I gotta wash my clothes. Kind of reminds me when I was back in New York City. In New York City, I would go out. Sometimes it would pour and rain. I would take my umbrella and still end up soaking sweat. Soaking wet, you know. And sometimes some of the umbrellas I would buy were the cheap ones, and like they say in Spanish, lo barato sale caro, the cheap comes out expensive. So sometimes it's better that you spend a little bit more money for something that's good quality. And look, it looks like they got like a tuna grill. Wow, I love tuna. One place I want to go is General Santos or Ginseng. Like I heard it's the land of tuna out here in the Philippines. Actually, I want to give a shout out to my friend Bern from the Pogi Boys. He went to General Santos and he blogged out there. He's a Filipino based out of New Jersey, and he made some good videos over there in Jensen. So I'm watching it to have ideas if I ever want to go down that way. So be sure to check them out. Here's some of the roads, the differences. I think this would take me into Camagon Road, which is one of the first hotels I stayed when I came to the Philippines. And then I gotta figure out how do I make it towards this road over here, Ayala Avenue. When I make it towards Ayala, I'll wrap it up. I wanted to film way more today, but the rain and the wind didn't really collaborate with me, but I still feel like I got some pretty decent footage. Taiwan noodles. Hello, doggy. It's a dog barking at me in the car. So I noticed in these little streets, they got a lot of great joints, like restaurants and stuff, so. And then the nice looking condos are ahead of me. So pretty interesting day so far. This is part of Camagon that goes all the way towards the other side. And over here I'm about to, and then over here I'm about to enter, damn, road is not good. Over here I'm about to enter Ayala Avenue and just wrap up the video. I wanted to film more, but like I said, the rain is not really collaborating. Maybe I'll come back and film the other side that I've been wanting to explore near the Century City area, but you get an idea of what the neighborhood looks like besides all the high-rise buildings. So that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there. Everybody, God bless y'all. And peace.